Before our family moved to serve here in Collinsville, I grew up coming here every so often to visit my aunt, uncle, and cousins that used to live here. One thing that my cousin Jake and I always did when I came was go fishing. He usually caught more fish than I did, but we enjoyed going. They lived in Chamberville, and one day we went fishing on that first lake on your left as you go in. And I was probably 10 years old, somewhere around there, and we were having a fun day catching a bunch of little bass. And there was a certain spot I wanted to cast, so I walked out in the water a little bit to see if I could get a better angle. Threw some casts there a while and caught a few fish, but before I noticed, I'd sunk and I had my foot stuck in the mud. As I tried to get out, I realized I just kept digging myself further into the hole. Thankfully, my cousin helped get me out, but it wasn't without loss. Somewhere a size 11 flip-flop is buried deep in the mud of that lake. Do you ever feel stuck like that? Not in a physical sense, but a spiritual one. Like you just can't get out of that rut that's been set before you, or you just feel as if sin and shame has a hold on your life, limiting you to what you can do for the Lord or how you can walk with Him. Yeah, I've been there before. In fact, I find myself there even now. Let me give you some encouragement though. Romans 6:6 tells us, "For we know that our old self was crucified with Him so that the body ruled by sin might be rendered powerless, so that we may no longer be enslaved to sin." If you're in Christ, sin has no say in your life. You aren't and won't be perfect, sure, but you can live free from the chains of sin because of what Jesus has done for you. Let Jesus pull you out of the mud and go and live for Him, because remember, change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry.